Hi, I'm Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann. Back in June, I launched an online petition urging our House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to stop the flow of your tax dollars to groups like ACORN who've used and abused your hard-earned money. And now I'm pleased to announce that 3 months later, over 60,000 Americans have signed on. That's just great. And because of your efforts, as well as ACORN's repeatedly brazen demonstrations as to why it doesn't deserve your trust or your money, it looks like Democrats in Congress were forced to hold a vote to stem the flow of your tax dollars to this corrupt organization. But unfortunately, our work isn't done. You see, having two votes on two entirely different bills in two different chambers of Congress against ACORN may look good to the public, but the truth is it accomplishes absolutely nothing when all is said and done. In fact, these votes haven't stopped one dime from flowing to ACORN. To close the door on ACORN's federal funding once and for all, each chamber of Congress needs to pass the same language, then get it on the president's desk for his signature. We have to keep the pressure on both chambers to make sure their recent votes are more than just a publicity stunt. After all, before the recent spotlight shed light on ACORN's work to help set up prostitution rings as legitimate businesses, I and my fellow colleagues offered them numerous opportunities to defund ACORN, but the Democrat majority failed to take us up on that offer. The American people now need to demand that this recent tough talk be followed up with real action. And rather than wait and hope that the Democrat majority in Congress does the right thing, President Obama can and should act right now. The president must use his authority to suspend and bar ACORN from all federal funding. Not next week, not next month, not next year, now. The evidence against ACORN is ample. You've seen it. Months ago, I called on the United States Census Bureau to sever all ties with ACORN for the 2010 census, and thankfully they did. I congratulate the Census Bureau for their actions, but now the president must insist that the rest of the federal government take action too. And for months, I've fought to cut ACORN off from any more of your tax money. I've introduced legislation, I've offered amendments, I've written letters to the Internal Revenue Service, our Census Bureau, the Speaker of the House, the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, to our President of the United States, to anyone who would take action to stop the ACORN travesty. And I'm grateful that you have joined me in this fight. But now I'm asking for your help once again. I launched a new online petition urging President Obama to immediately suspend all federal agencies from doing any business with ACORN. I know it's impossible to believe, but he still hasn't taken this action. That's why I'm urging you to sign this petition to the president and join me and the thousands of other concerned citizens in this fight to protect our tax money from being used and abused. To sign and learn more about my efforts against ACORN, would you please visit my website, michellebachmann.com. That's MICHELEBACHMANN.com. Together, let's make our voices heard once again. I'm Michelle Bachmann, and together we can do this.